So you've received your vector system, and now you want to learn how to use it. This video is going to demonstrate very quickly how to set up and how to use a vector system. First thing you're going to want to do is obviously take it out of the box, which you've probably already done. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill it up with water. How much water? The water tank holds approximately 15 gallons. You will know that it's completely filled two ways. You can turn it on and you can double click the mist button. And this little aquamarine light will indicate how much water is in the tank, or you could simply just let it overflow outside of the fill port. There's no problem whatsoever because the entire product itself is waterproof. You can leave it out in the rain, you can hose it down when it gets dirty, or pressure wash it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna redirect our attention over to here, the top right side of the system, where the control panel is. You'll notice that there are 6 buttons on the control panel. The first one we're gonna direct our attention to is the top upper left-hand corner, which is the power button. It looks very similar to any other power button you would find on any other electronic device. What you're gonna do is you're gonna simply turn the power button on. You're gonna notice you're gonna hear a beep, and then you're gonna see some LED lights that are just cycling through different ambient colors for the aesthetic. The next 3 buttons that we're gonna talk about are the most important buttons, your 3 separate functions. Starting from the top and working our way down. We've got oscillation speed, we've got fan speed, and we've got your misting intensity or misting texture, which is essentially your ability to change how dry or how wet the mist is, which is a very unique feature that no other systems have. So you'll notice that when you touch each of these functions, the colors are going to change on the system. This LED bar right here is what we call the vector information bar, because it not only has a really cool aesthetic, but it actually tells you about the functions on the system. So for instance, if I want to adjust fan speed, you're going to select the function first, and then you're going to use the plus and minus arrows to either increase the function or decrease the function. And you'll notice as I'm doing this, the LED is telling you what level you're on. It's important to note that each of the 3 functions have a total of 10 speeds, 10 customizable speeds for each function, which is also very unique to this product. The second button we're going to talk about is the oscillation speed button. You simply click the oscillation speed button and you can adjust it up or down, indicated by the yellow light. Right now I've got it on a fast oscillation. So you have 10 speeds of oscillation. You can have it sweep back and forth very slowly, or you can have it whip back and forth really quickly. Also very unique to this fan. The last button we're going to talk about is the evaporative cooling button. You want mist. So you're simply just going to do the same step. Click the function and start increasing it. Now, it is important to note, when you first take your system out of the box, and fill it up with water, it may take up to a minute to a minute and a half for it to start misting once you turn the misting selection on. So just give it some time, and then you're going to notice that the mist is going to start coming out of right here in the center. Also important to note is that when you're not touching any of the functions, these colors will just cycle through, random colors, just to create a cool ambiance in your atmosphere. All right, so now we're going to move on to some more advanced features on this system. So we're going to head back to the control panel here, and we're going to reference the 3 primary buttons on the right-hand side, starting from the top, moving down to the bottom. Oscillation speed, fan speed, and your misting intensity or your misting texture. Each one of these buttons has a double-click feature. For instance, since we oscillate our air very uniquely and we don't have any articulating head, how do you think you're going to center the fan when you want it dead center? All you're going to do is double-click the oscillation button. And when you do, you're going to notice that a white light appears right here in the center. That is your indication that it is now blowing straight. If you double-click the fan speed, it will automatically go to level 10, like such. And last but not least, if you double click the water button, your misting button, you will notice that an aquamarine color, as I mentioned previously in this video, will show up and indicate how much water is in your water tank. We have approximately 1/3 of a tank. Lastly, if you have this in a restaurant setting or any setting for that matter where you don't want anybody else to control the system, you can lock the keypad. This is done very simply. All you have to do is you have to hold down both the oscillation speed button and your misting button, which is the top and the bottom button. Hold them down together for about 10 to 12 seconds, and then you're going to start to see the little green LED indicators next to each function flashing. That will tell you that the keypad is locked and you can no longer use it. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Now you're going to notice that no matter what buttons I push, the system won't change any functions whatsoever. To unlock the keypad, you repeat that step again. And now your keypad is unlocked and I have full control over the system again. The last feature that we want to talk about is the LED information bar. Let's say that you don't want to have the lights on, or you want to dim the lights. We also integrated a function into here where it can allow you to control either how bright or how dim those lights are. All you're going to do is you're going to hold down the plus and minus arrow that increases and decreases whatever function you're pressing. You're going to hold those down together just like we did to lock the control panel. You're going to hear a beep, and then it'll enable you to either turn them down using the minus arrow, or you can increase the brightness using the positive or plus arrow. Once you have it set to where you'd like, you can just let go of the function, and in about 4 to 6 seconds, it will just go back to its normal mode. That concludes the video for today. I hope this was a quick demonstration of how to set up your system, how to use it. For more information, you can visit www.vectorclimate.com, or you can reach out to one of our support staff at any time. Thanks so much for watching.